It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. This season, get medieval on peanut white mold with the powerful protection of the all-new Ocala fungicide from Valent USA. With superior stay-in power, Ocala keeps your peanuts from being conquered by white mold, even under heavy pressure. Ask your local retailer or visit valent.com/Ocala to learn more. The $1.9 trillion relief plan moving through the House of Representatives has roughly $16.1 billion in specific provisions for USDA. That's mainly for nutrition programs. But it boosts in agricultural aid steered toward buying commodities or supporting minority or social disadvantaged farmers and ranchers. A key part of the bill would boost food aid benefits, which takes up roughly $12 billion in the proposed cost of the agricultural provisions. That includes a 15% boost in weekly benefits under USDA's Supplemental Nutrition or SNAP program for lower-income people and those out of work. The higher benefits would run at least through the end of September. It's unclear exactly when the House will bring the reconciliation package to a full floor vote, but that's coming up on that aid program.
This season, get medieval on peanut white mold with the powerful protection of all-new Ocala fungicide from Valent USA. Here to shield your peanuts from the treachery of white mold, Ocala delivers excellent staying power, keeping your peanuts from being conquered, even under heavy pressure. Stay one step ahead of peanut white mold with the powerful protection of Ocala. Ask your retailer or visit valent.com/Ocala. Always read and follow label instructions.
This season, get the powerful protection of the all-new Ocala fungicide from Valent USA. Ask your local retailer or visit valent.com/Ocala to learn more. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have sunshine and some clouds today. Thunderstorm this afternoon, high 82 to 84. Partly cloudy tonight with a thunderstorm in parts of the area and a low of 65 to 67. Look for a mix of clouds and sunshine tomorrow, high Friday 82 to 85. Cloudy with a thunderstorm in spots Saturday, high 80 to 85. A couple of showers possible Sunday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Veterans News is brought to you by Hyers-Baxley Funeral Services and Highland Memorial Park. Hyers-Baxley has had generations of families honor them with their trust and confidence. They believe it's because for the last 128 years, their team of caring professionals have established a reputation of serving families with excellence and compassion. Hyers-Baxley currently partners with the Boy Scouts of America Troop Number 72 to properly dispose of decommissioned American flags. They are also a drop-off location for the program Cell Phone for Soldiers, helping to provide minutes that matter and helping heroes home. Hyers-Baxley is located at 910 East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. Or you can call them with questions at 352-629-7171. That's 352-629-7171. Information can also be found at HyersBaxley.com. Veterans News is also brought to you by Bob Wine's Chameleon Gardens and Nursery, 2610 Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. When it comes to landscaping, Bob Wines has what you need. Everything from small trees and small plants to large trees, mulch, fertilize, and so much more. Bob Wines will even deliver, plant, and guarantee their trees. Bob Wine's Chameleon Gardens and Nursery has been keeping you blooming since 1952. Give them a call, 352-629-5766. 352-629-5766. Remember, Bob Wines offers 10% discount to veterans with proper identification.
That's right. It's Veterans News. And let's go out to the offices of Vets Helping Vets and talk to Gary and Hank. Good morning, guys.
Hey, guys. Doing good morning. Good morning. You're broadcasting with a handicap. You got Joe Martone there this morning.
You know, he's taking notes.
That was the first shot across the bow. Okay.
You know, he can't spell, so he can't read his notes anyway. So tell him to sound the words out. And we got a couple of casualties this morning, and we will read them off, just two, which is a good day, but I'd rather have none. But I think a firefighter and a police officer. The police officer was killed in a shooting.
Just starting off with the firefighter, we have Captain Gundays Monk Smith, who was with the Sardis Volunteer Fire Department in Sardis, Mississippi. His end of watch was February the 8th, and he contracted the COVID virus while on duty and passed away as a result of it. And then we have Patrolman Darian Jarrett of the New Mexico State Police Department. His end of watch was February the 4th. He was shot and killed while conducting a routine traffic stop on I-10. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the families of this firefighter and this police officer. If we can do Amazing Grace, Tom, and
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
And we're back with Veterans News with Hank and Gary. Okay, gentlemen, what's new on the horizons for veterans?
What's going on at the studio? All we can hear is heavy breathing over here.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
we felt like you muted us or something.
Not us. We would never mute you. You can do that on your own, please. So I stopped by the new veterans clinic that they're building. It is going up very, 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 very fast. I don't know exactly. Do you gentlemen know when the supposedly opening date is?
Well, I don't know the exact date. September is what we're being told. But you know how I am, Joe. I'll tell it like it is, in my opinion. Great clinic. Looking forward to it. More space, more services available for veterans. But they
took your template. Just about everything's going to be under one roof.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. And I talked to Tom Wisniewski. I've been talking to Tom about every day the chief executive officer for the VA in this area. He's telling us September. And by the way, I'll stroke him again. I always try to tell people really doing above and beyond. Tom is. But I'm still not happy with my local clinic here and how they're treating veterans over there.
In what way?
Well, in the way they treat them disrespectfully. There's some really good staff over there, and there's some really bad people over there. And I've had some older veterans who didn't get their vaccine shots, were people who were the priority group, and other people who and I don't know the circumstances, but we're getting phone calls to come over and get their vaccine. Well, some of these older veterans never were notified, and when they did show up, were treated less than respectfully. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for any veteran. And, I've been talking about this. I'll continue to talk about it. If you're happy with your doctor and your VA, great, I congratulate you. But there's a lot of veterans in this town, and I'm one of them, who are not happy with the local VA clinic in Ocala. And I've talked to their boss about it. Hopefully there'll be some changes coming. But, those people exist because veterans served their country and did their job. When a veteran walks into that clinic, I expect them to be treated with respect. And there's a lot of them not being treated that way.
Wow. Well, I hope they fix that.
Well, I hope they fix it before we get into a brand new clinic with all the bells and whistles, because garbage in, garbage out, right?
A bigger clinic won't do us no good if they're not seeing patients.
It's true. I can say I've never had problems with them over there, but that's me. So.
Well, I will tell you that on a weekly basis, I usually have several veterans in here complaining. One is not being seen, getting this telecare, which is BS. That's not good medical care under any set of circumstances.
Oh.
And then two, the few that make it back to their front office or their front desk, not being treated with respect that they deserve. So.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah.
All right, listen, got Colonel Ham here. He's got a lot of things on his plate. And talk about, and we'll turn it over to him. You got it, guy.
Hey, thank you. Tom, just to remind you, I'm president of the Marion County Veterans Council. We have over 40,000 veterans in Marion County and 50-some veterans groups, everything from VFWs to American Legion to the Air Force Association chapters, and they're all entitled to have a voting member come to the council. We meet on the third Thursday of each month at 10:30 in the morning. We've been meeting over at the library to give us some spread. When we get back to normalcy, we'll probably be meeting back over here at Jeffrey Askew's conference room at the Veteran Service Office. But any veteran can join the council, and we like to have at least one from each of those 50-some groups. Our main purpose in life is to provide a voice for those groups to Jeffrey and to get information from Jeffrey out to those 50-some groups so our veterans know what's happening in the community that can be to their advantage. Right now, we have a fundraising activity. We are purchasing a former Air Force bus. This is a 44-passenger bus, and it's in excellent shape. It only has 29,000 miles on it.
Whoa.
Has heat and air, and we're about halfway to the fundraising in order to purchase this and get it down here. It's in Gainesville right now.
A nice big long silver bus, is that what it is? Silver?
Well, it's actually white, which gives us a good palette to have it wrapped or painted and get the service logos on it, and to support our Stuff the Bus philanthropic activity, which so far this year we've given out almost 1,000 backpacks full of school supplies, over $44,000 worth of school supplies to needy kids throughout the county. So this bus will be a great billboard for us at Christmas parades and around town.
Yeah, if we ever get that back, yes.
Yep, if we get to set up, and it's going to happen. But in the meantime, we have a lot of needs. Those veterans groups need to move veterans around, everything from getting people to a rallying point for an honor flight to helping the VFW home in Fort McCoy, take those folks on an outing, maybe to ferry veterans between medical facilities. Lots of ways we can use the bus to advantage our veteran outreach program. So we're excited about it. Anybody who wants to donate to help offset the cost of buying and registering and insuring that bus can contact me at the Marion County Veterans Council, and that's the way checks should be made out. And they can call me at 352-843-2357, and I'll be glad to talk them through the process and give them any additional information.
Okay, I want you to say that number again slowly, because our listeners usually have their pencils and pens ready, but you might have caught them off guard. So please just say it again nice and slow, and hopefully they'll write it down and get in touch with you.
Okay, it's a local number, area code 352. The number is 843-2357. And this is the Marion County Veterans Council.
And where's the council located?
Well, we do not have a permanent facility. We exist by the grace of people like Hank that give us a place to hang out every once in a while, and Jeffrey gives us a place to meet, and the folks at the library. But,
good.
So, I give people my home address if they want to mail the checks. But it is a 501c19 veteran group, a nonprofit group registered with the state of Florida, and all donations are tax exempt. So people this time of year looking at their annual giving program for 2021, this is a great way to support veterans and help us out.
All right. Outstanding. How long has this been in existence?
Oh, the council?
The council, yeah.
It's been around when I came to town, it was here, and that was 230 years ago. So it's been around since I moved into Ocala, so a long time. And it's being run really well now. He's doing a great job. He's got people focused on the things they need to focus on, which is service to the veterans. And so it's really we encourage everybody to try to help out with that particular project. So Joe, if you would be so kind, because he's not going to be here every week, and just let people know on an ongoing basis about that fundraising effort and how to get a hold of him. Maybe he can cut a PSA for you if you like.
Yeah, that we can work with you on that there. Just give him my email address, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate that, Joseph.
Oh, no
Thank
problem.
You.
No problem.
And then of course they're still pushing stuff to bus and all the great things they're doing for kids in Marion County.
A good running bus is hard to find,
Well, and there's a lot of need for it. I will tell you that's one of the major things that we hear about in terms of the poor veterans and veterans who can't drive anymore is the lack of transportation options that they have.
Yeah, you were mentioning that. You were mentioning that in the past. How veterans might not have enough money to get from here to Gainesville.
Yep.
But I didn't. You just mentioned the veterans that are getting up in age. They might have the money, but they can't drive anymore.
That's right. And it used to be that one time that we used to run a van. A van that we got from the Disabled American Veterans to Gainesville 5 days a week. We no longer do that because the VA took it over directly, and quite frankly, it's not running on a regular basis like it's supposed to be. So whatever that is. So there's a need for this, and it will be run efficiently and with the purpose in mind of helping veterans. Transportation and other issues, and getting them, some of these shut-in veterans, getting them out and maybe an outing and things like that.
Right. There's a lot of veterans that do the fishing outings that they have in the area. There's a lot of veterans that are helping veterans get out and move around a little bit and be appreciated, and they're showing their appreciation. I have to say, the state of Florida, in a whole, respects veterans nicely, more so, because I travel and I see other states, and not that they don't respect them, but here we get a little bit more. I could feel it,
And that's true, particularly of Marion County. I'll tell you that. And I mean, I'm talking about the businesses and the political leaders we have here.
Yeah.
They're outstanding people. I mean, Kathy, I'll give a stroke out to Kathy Bryant. Called me the other day about an issue that she was helping a veteran trying to get a vaccine that he couldn't get through the VA, and she was trying to figure out a way to help him out. You didn't have to ask twice, didn't have to let them know twice. They immediately say, hey, let's see what we can do to help this situation out. So that's what we have here in Marion County. We ought to appreciate it, and sometimes we have to be reminded that doesn't exist all over the country, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah, you have to travel around. There's other places. All they have is the VA hospital. They don't have VA clinics like we have here. Now, this is amazing. This is amazing,
They don't, and again, there's a lot of services, veterans councils. They don't have Vets Helping Vets and other organizations trying to help out.
That's right.
So it's something that should be appreciated. I'm glad you mentioned that, Joe.
Yeah, it is. You should be appreciated. We should be appreciative of it, because, like I said, I go visit other places and I look up where the closest veterans hospital is. God forbid something should happen. How am I going to get to the VA hospital after the initial, emergency, whatever it might be, or if I need something, how far are they from where I am? And you'd be amazed. It's not a few miles. It's hundreds sometimes miles where people have to travel just to get to a VA hospital. Here we have a VA clinic just outside the villages and right here in Ocala, and it's like, wow. I sound like Christopher Walker for a minute. Wow, it's amazing. It's just amazing. I was flabbergasted when I first heard it that we had it here, and I'm glad we do. And I'm glad I got involved with you guys. When I took the station over back in 2010. Because you were doing Veterans News back then and before, and with Vets Helping Vets, how you're there to fill in the spaces where the veterans are falling through the cracks, or I've lost count how many veterans I've sent over there because they didn't have the answer. And it was some easy stuff. Some might have been hard stuff. I don't know. You guys took over, and then I don't hear anything back. And usually they don't come back. Oh, they helped me. They just continue on their life, and you guys step in.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do, that, Joe. That's our mission. That's what we're here for. Just like the Veterans Council, you're here to serve your fellow veterans. That's the bottom line. And hopefully you do it well. And when we don't, I will tell you that I want to know why. Okay, so hey, listen, one more thing. Well, there's a grand opening Saturday, February 13th.
What?
10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it's what I don't even see their name on here, but it's what they're doing. These ointments and derived from the marijuana plants and whatnot. Green Night CPO is called. And they're going to be over here on Silver Springs Boulevard at Chelsea Square.
I know where that is, yeah.
They're giving a piece of the action to Vets Helping Vets.
How are they doing that?
Well, just on their sales, 10% of their sales for that day, and then periodically during the year. So they're just, they came over the other day. I said, sure, we'll announce it. Thank you for doing that for veterans. We appreciate it. Turns out apparently a Marine owns the thing.
Oh, okay.
You can understand why. Yeah.
You had to give me that zinger, didn't you? You couldn't go.
Joe, he said, the CBD, Green Night CBD.
There you go. There you go.
Right over here, and come on, Saturday, grand opening, go and see what they're about.
I don't know what Joe's problem is. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, the Marines are everywhere, pal.
Oh, yes, they are. We're cousins.
You don't have enough time in the day to list Joe's problems.
I said we're cousins. Leave me alone. I cover all the bases. I was Navy, Naval, Air, and Seabee. I cover all the bases.
You were a great taxi service.
Oh, all kinds.
So the Colonel, go ahead and I think talk a little bit more about that, and
yeah,
we let you do.
We've got about 2.5 minutes to go.
Okay, well,
I appreciate it, Tom. The biggest project that we run year round is the Stuff the Bus project. And this is the time of year when we're purchasing school supplies and backpacks at wholesale rates, because you all know when we get closer to the beginning of school, then the retail rate seems to go up for some strange reason. So we stock now, and Stuff the Bus is run entirely by volunteer veterans and their families. And they buy the backpacks. There are 17 different items that go in the backpack, and they're given to needy elementary school students so that they hit the ground running at the beginning of the school year. So we like to have these delivered to the school counselors at the elementary schools, both public schools and charter schools throughout the county. And then when they process these kids in, they know which ones qualify for free and reduced lunch, which ones are homeless, the ones that really need the supplies. And we buy backpacks that are just like the ones the rest of the kids have, so there's no stigma associated with
yeah, there you go.
backpack from Stuff the Bus. And it's really a great program, and just watching the kids' faces light up is a tremendous asset. And anybody with questions about that same phone number I gave you, 352-843-2357, and I'd be glad to let people know about how they can support Stuff the Bus as well. This is our 20th year of doing this, and over $500,000 in school supplies over that period of time given to these kids. So it's a tremendous program. And again, our bus buy, it's going to cost us $12,000 for the bus plus registration and insurance. We're about halfway to the goal.
Okay, I have to cut you now. We've got 45 seconds to go. So we have to turn it over to Hank, and he can wind it down.
We'll have him reach out to you for a PSA. And thank you, Joe. Thank you, WOCA. Appreciate you guys coming in talking about that. And I want to tell you thank you for your service, and God bless America, everybody.
Thanks, guys. See you next week. That was Veterans News with the Vets Helping Vets. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Biden on Wednesday evening held his first call with Chinese President Xi Jinping since taking office, raising issues including human rights in Hong Kong and Xinjiang. The leaders also discussed pandemic, climate change, nuclear proliferation, and seeking areas of engagement when it serves their country's mutual interests. The Biden administration has continued to face pushback for its response to illegal immigration. On Tuesday, a federal judge, Drew Tipton, issued an additional restraining order on Joe Biden's 100-day freeze, which extends his previous ruling by an additional 14 days. The judge claimed the Lone Star State would face irreparable harm if the policy were to remain in place. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said Wednesday people who have been given full doses of the coronavirus vaccine no longer need to quarantine after exposure to someone with COVID-19. The criteria includes people exposed to COVID-19 that were fully vaccinated and exposed within 3 months following their last dose. USA Radio News.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS and you cannot afford to make payments to the IRS, you may qualify for the CNC tax program. This is a new program, and if you qualify, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Once you're accepted into this program, the IRS is forced to